Hey, what's happening, gamers? Welcome back to Apollo Justice Ace Attorney Trilogy. This is episode 57, Turnabout Revolution. The crazy court case, or whatever you want to call it. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, as we dive back into the world of Ace Attorney. And we're hopefully, you guys are having a good one. I don't even know how to begin anything.
Yeah, I had a Lunchable for the first time in a long time.
Yay.
One of your pizza Lunchables.
Yeah, pizza Lunchables are the best.
Well, becoming you, Luke, earlier on my stream I heard a soft meow. I tore apart the entire house trying to figure out where Zelda was. I ran around trying to find her in every room.
Let me guess, she was inside of the box that was on the table.
No, she was just hanging out, chilling in the basement randomly. She was just meowing for no reason. Yeah.
So, we have an announcement. It's not super fun, but you're not going to believe this, and I still can't believe this, but the Landlord Saga has a Season 2. Amber and I are having a surprise inspection on Friday, and the landlord tried to come for tomorrow. And I'm pretty upset. I mean, I'm thankful that I guess that the landlord has changed her inspection day. I don't trust her. So Amber and I are under a tremendous amount of weight, I guess you could say. I just found out about it this morning when I was dealing with the security company and Google and all this other stuff. So I literally have I have nothing left to give in terms of like how angry I am. I guess I'm like right on the edge, just so everybody knows, because I thought we were done with all this stuff like last year, and it's like, thankfully we have a maid company coming tomorrow, but we can't get the carpet guy in to deal with. Zelda made two messes, one upstairs months ago and then one downstairs months ago. So I mean, the landlord is very meticulous. Like, she expects everything to not just look lived in, but to look immaculate. So it's just, I don't know. It's like the old saying, when it rains, it pours. So that's, if I don't sound like I'm really into much right now, I have, my plate is more than overflowing. It's cracking. So. It's just whatever.
Good to see you guys in the chat. Hi, Lorraine. Hi, Brandon. Hi, Anthony. Hi, Red Hood. Hi, Crossfighter. Hello, JS. Hi, Billy. Hi, Peter and Juan. Good to see you, Everly, Christina, Little Mr. Divergent. Hi, Justo Kenobi. Hi, J-Cat. Hi, Spiralink Fan. Hello, Tim Moeller. Hi, Anthony. And hi, Peter. Hi, everyone. Hi, Gabs Plays. Hi, Crossfighter. Great to see you. Hi, Red Hood. Hi, Jade Rose and Juan and OH. And Billy, Anthony, and everyone. Hope you guys are all doing well. I was across the street from a lawyer's office earlier, and I first thought of you guys playing an Ace Attorney. Awesome, Justo. It's very sweet.
I don't really have any deep breaths, Pete. I'm like nothing. I don't know how to explain. I'll do the best I can. Right, court is once again back in session. Let's get this over with.
Let me breathe.
Now, Mr. Wright, about last objection you raised. Oh yeah, we the plaintiffs still believe that the defense has yet to sufficiently prove its case, somehow. They claim that according to legend, the Founder's Orb would bestow spiritual power, yet the relic in question has failed to do so. Therefore, it has failed its own test. I see, I guess. He's sticking with that ridiculous argument? Furthermore, even if it's the Founder's Orb, it can't be awarded to the Defiant Dragons. After all, they're the ones who killed Dr. Buff.
Objection!
What are you talking about? That was already proven to be false. There are no grounds for asserting that the Defiant Dragons murdered the Doctor. Oh, but I'm afraid that there are, Mr. Justice. Your Honor, I would like to present new testimony to this court. Testimony that will show that Datz our rebel did in fact kill Dr. Buff. What? Very well, Mr. Wright, you may call your witness. It's Athena time.
I guess Mr. Wright found another new angle.
What new testimony could there be this late in the game? Who knows? Huh? Fellow citizens, it is I, Paul, the once and future representative of the people. Jeez, not him again. My client divulged new information to me during the recess. He remembered something he saw, you see. Something crucial to this case. How very convenient. I've never seen the same witness take the same stand so many times.
Yeah.
What does it say? Datz Crime. Oh, I probably... Did you turn the AC on or no?
Oh, no, I didn't.
Yeah, the AC needs to be turned on. One sec, guys. I'll be right back. Sorry about this. Oh my gosh, it's like...
Okay, thank you for turning the air conditioner on, Luke.
Last apartment I want to live in.
Oh.
Love you. Okay, let's do this. Okay, I'm here. Alright, let's go. Datz Crime. It was around 11 at night, and I was out on a mobile meet and greet around the village. That's when I saw Dr. Buff being murdered from outside his studio window. Mr. R. Rebel snuck up behind and struck him on the head. His weapon of choice? A suitcase. There would be blood on the suitcase, guy. A big, strong man like him could easily swing a heavy suitcase into someone's head. Right, but there would be evidence that there'd be brain splatter all over the suitcase. You saw the murder as it happened now? And you're just now telling us because... That's what I want to know. Heh. I saved the best for last. It is a tactic known to all political greats. Is it really now, guy? Is it really? A murder weapon was a complete mystery before. But my client's eyewitness account has finally brought it into light. According to the autopsy report, boink, Dr. Buff was struck in the head by the corner of some object. I suppose that could very well occur from the corner of a suitcase.
Objection!
Hello? But the eyewitness testimony isn't the same as hard evidence. Oh, I wouldn't worry about that if I were you. What's that supposed to mean? We have physical evidence too. Luminol testing revealed. Okay. The doctor's blood was on Mr. R. Rebel's suitcase. Really? But how does that prove Mr. R. Rebel used it as a weapon?
Objection!
I'm getting to that. You should know the answer of that, Mr. Justice. Since you know well as I that the suitcase is covered with his fingerprints. Ah! I forgot who we dusted in front of him. Wow. I forgot we dusted the suitcase in front of Emma.
did. The Turnabout terror strikes again, Apollo!
Hooray. This is quite a convincing testimony and evidence. Nevertheless, you may proceed with your cross-examination, Mr. Wright.
Are you okay?
I just need energy to deal with all that I have to deal with.
Well, I don't know what you want.
I don't know.
You want some food? What is it
No.
that you need?
No, I'm fine. I'm Apollo and I'm fine. Datz Crime, cross-examination. It was around 11 at night when I was out on the mobile meet and greet and nope.
Hold it!
Alright, you were on a so-called mobile meet and greet at 11 p.m. that night? That's right. It was the perfect time because everyone is at home. You should have seen how the villagers' eyes teared up when they heard what I had to say. With tears of frustration, no doubt. You weren't riding around in your, Planquin thing, were you? That's right. Some village idiot reported me to the police. I've been banned from using it after dark.
No wonder! What with all the noise he makes? Ah!
So what exactly did you see then? Ah, that is when I saw Dr. Buff being murdered from the outside of his studio window.
Hold it!
But you didn't see him murdered. Sounds like you witnessed something rather shocking. Indeed, I didn't even believe it at first. I mean, a vicious murder in Corrine? There haven't been many murders there, I take it? If I'm elected, I promise you that such a terrible tragedy will never happen again. A vote for me is a vote to banish murder forever from our beloved Corrine village. Yeah, good luck with that. Mr. Whipperson, please tell the court what you saw at the scene of the crime. Mr. R. Rebel snuck up behind and struck him on the head.
Hold it!
He snuck up from behind, huh? Also, guys, good job on getting the likes up. You guys are almost at 100 already. So good job, everybody. He hit the guy from behind, are you sure? So you're saying the doctor never even realized that Mr. R. Rebel was there? That is right. He was utterly absorbed in a book. I see. What did you see Mr. R. Rebel do next? He climbed up the bookshelf ladder and dumped a bunch of books down on the body. I believe he was trying to make it look like an accident. But that idiot didn't realize I could see everything from outside of the window. One of those statements doesn't feel right. Your Honor, I believe the witness made an important statement just now about the crime was clearly visible. The doctor was reading a book. Datz is an idiot. Those are our choices. What do you think?
Well, can we look at the room and see what it... Can we look at the court record? And see what it looks like? Like, when we see the scene of the crime? Sweetheart, we're... No, like, his actual picture of him? Oh, it doesn't show you the whole picture. It just shows you him. It doesn't show the rest of the room. But didn't it show earlier? I thought it showed earlier that he had reading glasses on his desk. So if he has to have his glasses to read... Oh, there it is.
His glasses are right there.
If he has to have glasses to read, then why... If he was reading, why would he not have his... The glasses would have gotten smashed with books, and they would have had stuff on them. I think that they're lying about the doctor reading a book. That's what I think, because he didn't have his glasses on.
Okay.
Some people need their glasses to read if they're nearsighted. Or, I mean, farsighted.
Okay.
That's my personal opinion. I don't think we need to present it, though.
No.
Okay.
Alright, so the crime was clearly visible. The doctor was reaching a book. That is the idiot. So crime was visible.
No, the doctor was reading a book. That's the thing that I think is wrong.
Okay.
Well, I believe the witness made an important statement how... Wait a second. An important statement? What does that mean? Yeah, I think the doctor reading a book is an important statement because it contradicts stuff.
Okay. Alright, the crime was clearly visible because the doctor was reading a book. That's what everybody in the chat says, reading a book. Amber says reading a book. Okay, here we go.
Datz is an idiot. Did it have that as one of the options?
Yep. The doctor was reading a book at the time of the murder? That's vital testimony. Very well. The witness will please add that to the statement of your testimony, please.
Yep.
The judge just doesn't care. The doctor was standing in front of the bookcase, absorbed by a book.
Hold it!
You watched a murderer commit his crime and did nothing to stop it?
I know, right?
That doesn't sound like a good way to score points with the voting public. I'm a politician, not a superhero. I'm under no obligation to risk life and limb.
He sure is quick to deny his obligations when there's nothing in it for him.
I'm getting tired of listening to his endless campaigning and flimsy rationalizations. About your testimony, Mr. Wimperson. You said Mr. R. Rebel struck the doctor from behind while he was absorbed in a book? Yes, that's exactly what happened. Probably. This guy's up to something. His weapon of choice is suitcase.
Hold it!
Wait a second, are you sure? Positive. I saw it with my own two eyes. Yet, despite your certainty, you kept quiet about it until now? No, I was waiting. I knew there would be a perfect chance to talk it out about it later. Information must always be disclosed in a strategic manner. That is one of the lessons of kingcraft, as taught by the Addison clan. There is a lesson by chance in the Addison's Kingcraft guidebook on being honest. No, he's a politician. Anyway, I saw Mr. R. Rebel commit that heinous crime. If you say so, buddy. A big, strong man like him could easily swing a heavy suitcase into someone's head.
Hold it!
Right. I would have to agree the suitcase is really heavy. Wait a second. How did you know it was so heavy for all we knew? It could have been empty.
Objection!
My client witnessed the crime in progress. So naturally, he saw Mr. R. Rebel straining to lift what was obviously a heavy suitcase. I can say I'm a fan of you trying to I can't say I'm a fan of you trying to discredit my client by tripping him up, Mr. Justice. But I'm just doing what you always do, Mr. Wright. I am your protege. Athena.
Oh, yeah. Dr. Buff was struck from behind while he was absorbed in a book? He must have been really into that book, Apollo.
Yeah, it doesn't add up, though.
What doesn't? I don't understand.
Everything. That Paul character is lying, I'm sure of it. Okay, so we pressed him on everything, so now it's time to present evidence. You said something about reading glasses before.
Yeah, like, why would he not have his reading glasses on? Yeah, says he was... Yeah, didn't they add a new statement about him being absorbed in his book? We should try presenting the reading glasses on that statement about him just sitting there being absorbed in his book. Because he probably... People who have reading glasses can't even see the book without the glasses. That would be like me driving a car without my glasses.
Okay.
Of course, nothing.
Easy, Amber. Alright, this is... present glasses. Okay. And guys, we're about 21 minutes in. You're almost at 100 likes. Keep the push going, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much. Snuck up behind and hit him on the head. The doctor was standing in front of the bookshelves, absorbed in a book.
So he was standing there reading.
Oh! Jeez.
Oh, darn it.
I'll fix it in a minute. Sorry. You said Mr. R. Rebel struck him from... Yes, that's exactly what I said, old man. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, now we want to go back to here, and I wanted to present glasses. Sorry, guys, it's my bad. Boom!
Objection!
Alright, the doctor was standing in front of the bookshelves, absorbed in a book, you say? I'm sorry, but it seems your testimony is completely unreliable. I'm sorry, but it seems that your testimony is completely unreliable.
I don't know what that one.
That's quite a bold statement. Well, let's hear you back it up, boy. I challenge you to prove that I am anything but 100% reliable. Let's go, Chief. Be my pleasure. Lately, it seems the doctor's eyes had been getting so bad he needed reading glasses. However, his reading glasses were over on his desk. You see, there's no way he could have been reading in front of the bookshelves. Ah! I'm sorry, Mr. Wimperson, but I'm gonna have to ask you to explain this discrepancy to the voting public. You what? I'm sorry? Are you gonna burst into song? What's going on? I'll explain it, you lowly cur. I simply made a mistake, you see. The doctor was actually sitting at his desk when Mr. R. Rebel hit him over the head. But then the door would have been facing him. Surely he would have seen him and tried to run. Dr. Buff was nodding off. I could tell because his eyes were closed, and he wasn't moving. Sounds more like what you would do. Then how do you explain the fact that he was struck in the back of the head? Isn't that something that should be impossible for someone from the front of the desk? Oh, about that. He bowed his head when he nodded off. That's when he was clobbered. Yes, so that's what you saw. Well, Mr. Justice, that sounds like a perfectly reasonable explanation to me. You have a problem with the proposal that the doctor was struck while nodding off? Yeah. Big problem.
Do we have a problem if he was struck with nodding off? Yeah, I would say a big problem with that. He doesn't look like someone who was just sleeping.
Alright, thank you, Soul Flare. Okay, cool. A big problemo. Alright, let's go.
Oh, wait.
What?
Didn't they say, one of the they had, like, coffee? He had, like, a whole bunch of coffee near him? Something? So how could he be nodding off if he had tons of coffee? He was, like, all caffeinated, probably. Alright. Yeah, I'm gonna say big problem.
Let's say big problem. Alright, big problem going once. Big problem going twice. Big problem. Alright. There is a problem. A very big problem. The witness's statement doesn't hold up to... The witness's statement doesn't hold up under... Yeah. The witness's statement doesn't hold up under the slightest bit of scrutiny. Is that so? Then you will please show this court what evidence you have to justify this. Gladly, Your Honor. This shows the problem with the witness's claim that the doctor was nodding off.
Witnesses claim that the doctor was nodding off.
Oh, his coffee machine. But, I mean, I don't have an actual coffee machine. I have a diagram. Coffee bar.
Yeah, I would click on the coffee bar, because, like, if he was nodding off... Well, actually, I'm just going to be devil's advocate here and say, if you have coffee all over you, chances are you're not getting much sleep anyways. So you could be nodding off. But for the purposes of this, we'll say the coffee proves he was awake, because if you have coffee, you're definitely awake. It's like, zing. So, Luke, you want some coffee?
No. I don't drink coffee.
Alright, so I think we should present it with
Yeah, I present a diagram. A diagram of the study? What does that prove, young man? I'm getting to it, Your Honor. Mr. Wimperson allegedly viewed the murder from here. Right, we got that. And the doctor was allegedly nodding off here. But from this vantage point, the bookcase would have blocked the witness's line of sight. Oh, go. Well, yes, I believe you're right. But... Ah!
Objection!
Wow,
Oh.
Phoenix.
So I guess I got it wrong. I thought it was the coffee.
The fact remains my client knew that the suitcase was the murder weapon. So he definitely saw firsthand... Oh, so he definitely has firsthand knowledge of the crime scene. Yeah, I'm afraid that I have to agree with you there, Mr. Wright. But then, we have to ask ourselves, from what vantage point did he see the murder? What are you insinuating, Mr. Justice? Well, from what vantage point could Mr. Wimperson have been Wow. From what vantage point could Mr. Wimperson have seen the dozing doctor? Once we determine that, I believe we'll finally see the truth behind this incident. Oh wow, we're gonna accuse this guy of murder. Good. The witness saw the murder from right here.
The politician murdering someone? I've never heard of that happening.
That would never happen.
I'm pretty sure that happens more often than we think it does.
Now, let's not jump down that rabbit hole. Alright, I think that he would need to either be at the coffee bar or he would need to be up on the balcony.
Where would he be? So I got it completely wrong. I was thinking the coffee proved he was awake. Well, let's see.
I mean, that's what coffee tends to do.
Oh, where would he have been? So where would he have been during the crime? Where would he have been standing? Where would he have been to see? Where was he seeing him? He had to see the guy over. Where was the other guy? Where was the victim? Over here? Is this where he was?
The victim was over the bookcase. The chair, honey. He's over by the chair.
Over here.
Yeah. That's where they're saying he was now, by his desk.
Well, he couldn't have been here. That would have blocked that.
Mm-hmm.
He couldn't have been here. That would have blocked that.
He has to either be on the railing or the coffee bar.
Oh, he would have had to be on the stairs. Yeah, I mean, like, he would have had to been hiding. I think if I was going to kill that person, if I was going to kill someone in their study, if I was going to kill him, I would have stood behind the coffee bar, because then I could have hid. Then when he turned around, I could have stabbed him.
Wow, Amber,
that's just how I could have done
that's
it.
incredibly dark. All right.
That's just, I'm thinking, I'm just getting in the zone.
You're getting in the zone of murder. Okay, whatever. Yeah, here you go.
I'm in the mood for love.
No.
Only because you're near me.
Shh. You gotta be kidding! Well, that's the coffee bar! It is indeed, but everything only makes sense if the witness was in the study. There you go. Athena.
Inside the study, but that's the scene of the crime!
I know. Mr. Wimperson, the man who claims to be a witness to the murder, was most certainly in that very room.
Apollo, are you suggesting,
I am.
Ah!
Mr. Wimperson! Weren't you the one who actually swung that suitcase? Yeah!
Whoa!
What you're proposing is ludicrous. My client is a small, thin man, whereas Mr. R. Rebel's a muscular has the muscle structure to pull it off.
Yeah, he has the guns. I mean, swollen up.
He has a point. I give up trying to lift that thing once, after one go, too. That is right. He is the only one who could have lifted such a heavy object. Now, do you understand? The rebel Datz R. Ball is the doctor's killer.
As long as the suitcase is the murder weapon, the suspicions falls entirely on Datz. You have to poke a hole in Mr. Wright's argument somehow, Apollo.
I will, and with his own technique, no less. If Mr. Wimperson couldn't swing the suitcase around, we'll just have to consider another way he could have used it as a murder weapon instead. I'm gonna turn this case on its head, Mr. Wright, just like you taught me.
Whoa.
You talk big, Mr. Justice, but you have what it takes. Well, this is getting interesting. Mr. Wimperson's testimony has been filled with one inaccuracy after another. First, he stated that Dr. Bluff was in front of the bookshelves. Now he claims that the doctor was sitting at his desk. So where was the victim really when he was killed? Also, where was his killer, and how was the murder weapon really used? So the important thing here is the position of the victim and the killer relative to each other. Yes, Your Honor. If they were positioned in a certain way, it would be possible to use the suitcase as a weapon without lifting a finger. You can't mean. Oh, but I do. I'd like to ask the court to recall the study's layout, if you would. It's quite distinctive, as you can see.
Oh.
Now, if Dr. Buff was sitting in a certain spot, and his killer was at a certain other spot, the suitcase would become a weapon anyone could use.
Suitcase?
Very well, Mr. Justice.
Some of those suitcases are, like, hard as a rock.
Where was Dr. Buff's killer at the time of the crime?
Where was Dr. Buff's killer?
I'm gonna say upstairs. Upstairs, he just had to drop the suitcase and let gravity do its job. That's what I would think. Where was Dr. Buff killed during the time of the crime? The railing.
Yeah, maybe.
There? Oh, that's, Haha. This should wrap things up nicely and pretty for you, Mr. Wright. In a fine little bow. I would ask the court to recall the study's layout if you would. But this time, instead of thinking in 2 dimensions, let's think in 3. Only then we can clearly see the killer's method at work.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's really high up. The killer didn't have to swing the suitcase.
Could have thrown it at him. Oh, he could have just dropped it on him.
If he used gravity to his advantage, that is.
Oh my gosh, disturbing.
That's right. It was the plaintiff, one Paul Wimperson, who used the suitcase. He pushed it from the 2nd floor.
That guy didn't notice somebody standing above him?
And sent it hurtling down on a Dr. Bluff who was sitting at the coffee bar. Oof. Yeah! The psychology book had been at the coffee bar, no doubt. The doctor must have set it down there after he had finished reading it, or the like. But his blood got on it, which is why the killer thought to hide it in a mountain of books.
Oh, wow, Luke.
That's quite an entertaining theory you have there, Mr. Justice. But there's no evidence that the murder took place at the coffee bar. I'm not so sure about that, Mr. Wright. I'd say that the evidence of the murder occurring at the coffee bar, probably exists.
Yeah, it does exist because the book not only had, there was a book with a coffee stain on it. So I'm gonna say exists.
The evidence does exist, and I'm gonna show you. You are? This right here is proof that the murder took place at the coffee bar. There's coffee stain on the book.
Yeah. Yep. There was no coffee over on the other side of the room.
The brown stain was determined to be coffee. What's more, it was still a bit damp when we saw it yesterday morning. One look at this book speaks volumes, I'm afraid, Mr. Wright. It tells us the doctor was having a cup of coffee at the coffee bar. That's when the suitcase came hurtling down, striking him on the head, causing both his blood and his coffee to splatter onto it. Ah! Well, Mr. Addison, Wimperson, wait. What motive could I have possibly to kill Dr. Buff? And there it is, the final excuse cornered killers always are so fond of. Alright, well, the doctor never returned your crystal to you, did he? Instead, he hid it in a cave. Instead, he hid it in the cave ruins. Telling him that the Defiant Dragons were a dangerous bunch was a huge blunder. All it did was make him hide the orb. Your lie came back to bite you right in the end. Even worse, the doctor saw the news report, so he knew that the relic was the Founder's Orb.
Oh, wow.
Being that the conscientious researcher he was, he knew he had to return it to its rightful place. And that meant keeping it out of your hands. No! You were so angry that he refused to return the relic to you that you killed him with your own hands. Isn't that right, Mr. Wimperson? Ah!
Oh, poor Wimpy. Wimpy Wimperson.
Wimpy got wrecked.
Wimpy got wrecked.
That is...
Hold it!
Apollo, don't accuse my client of murder. What? Huh? What do you mean, don't accuse him? Why would you even say that, Mr. Wright? What I meant was, he's a promising politician with a bright future ahead of him. It's in our nation's best interest to avoid burdening him with the taint of a scandal. Say what?
But if he was a murderer, then people should know.
Right. You'd better do something to change the current courtroom climate, or I'll be charged with murder. And you know what will happen to her if that happens. I knew he had leverage against Phoenix.
You just threatened him in the courtroom.
The only thing that he could do to mess with Phoenix is to hurt Maya. That's the only thing. What's he talking about? Well, I can ponder that later. For now, Mr. Wright, you can't possibly believe that Mr. R. Rebel is the killer. Are you really going to send an innocent man to prison? I thought you were better than that. Well, Mr. Wright, answer me!
Wow.
No! Mr. Wright? What in the world's going on here? If you won't say anything, then... Mr. Wimperson, the defense hereby accuses you of...
Apollo, wait!
Not you too.
It's just, I wasn't sure whether I should say anything, but during that last recess when I went to check on Mr. Wright, I overheard something I shouldn't have.
I trust Maya's unharmed. I can't really say, but just remember, if I'm arrested or fail to obtain the treasure, there will be consequences. Consequences of the worst kind, if you catch any drift. Relax. All you have to do is ensure I get my hands on that relic. I must deliver it to my benefactor at all costs. What do they want the relic for, anyway? It is something to do with an old legend. My patron seeks the great power said to be granted to whoever solves its secret. Maya? As in Maya Fey?
Yes, the boss's legendary former assistant.
Miss Fey being held hostage?
So it seems. Why
didn't you tell me this sooner when you heard this?
Sorry, it's just Mr. Wright spotted me before I could slip away and made me promise not to tell you. He said it would make things more difficult if you found out.
As if things weren't already hard enough. So that's why Mr. Wright was acting so strange. His on-again, off-again girlfriend. I had no idea. This must have been excruciating for him. Alright, think, Justice, think. There's gotta be something you can do.
Mr. Justice, about that last statement of yours, I believe you were in the middle of accusing the plaintiff of murdering Dr. Bluff. Would you care to continue? Sorry, Apollo. I'm really, really sorry. What's gotten into you two? If I accuse that slime bag, I put Miss Faye's life in jeopardy.
It seems you finally caught on. I'm afraid too important to be accused. I'm far too important to be accused of murder. After all, our nation's future rests squarely on my shoulders. Either I give up or... Once I present the crystal to my patron, my victory is assured. Then one day I will become president, and then king! I'll have every politician at my command! Now retract your accusation!
I can't kowtow to him, but the defense would like to retract the previous... Apollo! Dirk? Okay, Dirk takes a stand.
Oh, wow, Luke.
Upstairs, Maya hostage. Dirk Objects. Alright guys, sorry, it takes a while to write at the time codes. Alright,
Okay.
you guys are at 100 likes, and we're past the 40-minute mark, so guys and gals, make sure you keep smashing that like button if you haven't already. Really helps out a lot with getting traction and views and all that fun stuff. Alright, here we go. Dad? I don't know what's going on here, but a lawyer should never look the way you do right now. With defeat and resignation written all over your face.
A dragon never yields.
Even when wounded, a dragon bites down hard and never lets go till its dying breath. It glares, it roars, it latches its jaws firmly into its prey till the bitter end. That's what lawyers do to get to the truth.
Dirk, a dragon never yields. He's right. It's all over if I give up now. If Mr. Wright's hands are tied, it's up to me to do what must be done. He saved my neck so many times. And now, it's my turn to save his. Dirk, thanks for the wake-up call.
Now that's the face of a lawyer you've got there, son.
Where's there's a will, there's a way. And I'm gonna find the way to save Miss Faye, and see that justice is served.
Wait, how are you gonna save Maya?
That scumbag is holding Miss Faye hostage to ensure he gets the orb for his patron. And it seems said patron believes in the orb's legend. Thing is, the founder did appear when the orb was exposed to fire, just as the legend said. If the legend is true, then we've already solved the riddle, right?
No, because we haven't... No, because she hasn't given anyone spiritual power, remember?
Nope, not yet. We have not solved the riddle yet. The legend says that the founder will bestow great spiritual power when she returns. But if that's true, it means we haven't solved the whole riddle yet.
Interesting.
But how can that be? Are we missing something? Wait, maybe. Maybe the part about the founder returning should be taken literally. But how could it be possible for a dead person to return to the world of the living? Channeling.
Yeah, channeling is the only way. In this universe.
Yeah. The founder can return through channeling. Oh, I know. There is a way for the dead to return, spirit channeling. Of course, you'd have to know what the founder looks like first. But the orb has revealed her face to us, so what if it's a sign that we should channel her?
Yeah.
Given the facts, in order to solve the riddle and receive the founder's power, I'd need a spirit medium.
Yeah, like Maya or somebody else. Pretty much only Maya.
A medium is needed to obtain the power. The ability of the medium to channel spirits is the final key to unlocking the orb's secrets. That means Mr. Wimperson's patron will need one too. And once that slimy politician realizes that he won't be able to lay a finger on Miss Faye, everything's gonna be okay, Mr. Wright. Because Mr. Wimperson can't afford to harm a hair on Miss Faye's head. Huh? Mr. Wimperson! It seems you've chosen the wrong person to take hostage. What do you mean? Your patron seeks to solve the orb's riddle, and thereby receive the great spiritual power. However, only Maya Fey can truly give them what they really want. She can? What do you mean, only Maya Fey? Think about what the return of the founder really means. We should have considered it more literally. After all, the orb was made in the kingdom of Khura'in, the birthplace of spirit mediums. Ah, I think I see now. You need to know what the deceased looks like in order to channel them. But in the Khura'inism, depicting the face of the founder is taboo. However, her true face was hidden in the orb. So maybe the orb is telling us to try channeling the founder. Exactly right, Mr. Wright. Through a spirit medium, the founder can literally return. And if that legend is true, the founder might just bestow spiritual power on someone when she does. It's like when Pearls imbued my Magatama with spiritual power. If a human could be imbued with such power in a similar manner... It's said that the founder possesses immense spiritual power. Such a great feat would not necessarily be beyond her. Wait a second! Then the legend is true? Do you understand now, Mr. Wimperson? You have been holding hostage the final key to unlocking the orb's secret. And if anything were to happen to her, the riddle would remain unsolved forever. Ha! There is always Pearl Faye. I could simply ask her to help. If she wants money, I have plenty to offer. She's not the kind of person to be tempted by material gains, and she certainly wouldn't help you if everything were to happen to her cousin. Ugh. Or maybe you'd like to ask the Queen of Khura'in to channel the founder for you. He could, but he'd probably get executed for requesting such a thing. It's over. Now confess you killed Dr. Buff and kidnapped Maya. I wasn't supposed to end this way. Mr. Wimperson, are you admitting to committing the crime?
Oh my gosh.
You're my lawyer, Wright! Do something! It's true that I'm your lawyer, and as such, it's my job to defend you. However, defending my client isn't the only duty a lawyer has. There's something else that's equally as important. and that is finding the truth. What? Mr. Wimperson, you have sought to twist the truth in the dirtiest of ways. I was complicit in your hostage-taking, but in a way I was being held hostage too. Even so, there's still hope for me to make things right. And I owe it all to you, Apollo, my protege. Mr. Wright, I can't allow a murderer to walk away scot-free. Therefore, Mr. Wimperson, I must resign as your attorney. No! Does this mean I'm under arrest? No!
He has very curly hair.
It's a style. He's supposed to be like a shogun.
Oh.
He's obsessed with that nameplate.
Yep.
Well, I've nothing to confess. What? I said I've nothing to confess. I don't and I won't, especially not to a plebeian like you. This guy doesn't know when to give up. Besides, there's no truth to these allegations. I mean, look at the suitcase. You won't find a single print of mine on it. All that means is you wipe them off, taking care to leave Mr. Rebels. Hehehehe. As many a great politician has said before me, no comment! In that case, try switching things up, Apollo. Look at the situation from a different angle. Is there really nothing that points to the suitcase being dropped from above? Evidence that points to the suitcase being dropped from a second floor.
If the killer pushed the suitcase from the second floor hallway over the coffee bar, Apollo, that would place him right around here, wouldn't it?
Maybe. Just maybe. Thought of something else, Apollo? I believe this piece of evidence to be connected to the dropping of the suitcase.
Oh, okay.
What kind of evidence do we have? Let's see, we've got the Founder's Orb, photo of my father, study photo, study diagram, research notes, orb transfer agreement, dropping off the suit, Sarge's drone, glowing moss, rain cat, email, robbery report. Okay. What's this? Oh, that's the night of the incident, Armie fainted in the hallway above the coffee bar after witnessing the doctor burning the treasure. When she came to, someone was pushing her wheelchair. Frightened, she quickly fled to her room. What was the connected to the dropping of the suitcase? Someone was pushing her wheelchair. What? Where is her? Oh, there's. Oh, there it is. There's her room. Oh, look at. See, her room is over there on the second floor.
Yeah.
So that's where he would have been to push the suitcase.
Yeah.
So it makes sense. He would have been right by her room. He could have pushed her wheelchair.
Yeah.
I would go with this. I think this is what. I think this is it.
Okay.
You want me to present it?
Yeah, sure.
Take that!
That appears to be a statement, but how is that related to the case? Okay. Alright, select Armie statement. On the night of the murder, Your Honor, Miss Armie Bluff physically left her room. That's when she saw the doctor burning the orb and subsequently passed out. Right before the coffee bar. But with her in her wheelchair, the killer wouldn't have been able to drop the suitcase down onto the doctor. Good point. However, according to Sarge, she woke up just as someone was trying to move her in her wheelchair. Ah.
Oh, she passed out, and then he tried to move her when she was passed out. Someone was pushing my wheelchair.
What?
I was so scared. I beat a hasty retreat as fast as my wheels would take me.
She's gotta be pretty strong to get away from someone in a wheelchair. She must have been in the killer's way and had to be moved.
Yeah, adrenaline probably kicked in.
Isn't that right, Mr. Wimperson? Yeah! And if the killer had pushed the wheelchair with his bare hands, we may yet find the conclusive evidence we need.
Yeah, if his fingerprints are on her wheelchair.
Exactly. Fortunately for us, that evidence slipped right through the killer's fingers. If only he'd been able to hold on to it just a little longer. But now, he is neither able to discard nor alter it. Honestly, I think the piece of evidence wasn't even supposed to be here in the courtroom today. And yet, it looks like sometimes things do get better. But, this wasn't supposed to happen! No? Well, too bad, so sad, because the evidence that sped away from you that night has come back to haunt you right here at this very trial. Ah! Your Honor, the defense's final piece of evidence is this person. Armie Buff.
Take that!
That's... On the night of the murder, Sarge passed out, only to come to and find that someone was pushing her wheelchair. That's when she fled back into her room. She didn't physically see a single soul after that. Not until Athena drew her out through that therapy session, that is.
She's got a little angry face.
Of course she's angry. She's an orphan.
Yeah.
While the killer was able to wipe the prints on the suitcase off, the same can't be said for the prints that got away. My fellow Karinans. Well, Mr. Wimperson, try to explain your way out of this one. The podium is all yours. Paul, Savior, I am not a crook. My political career, it can't end like this. I'm destined for great things. Something is wrong. This isn't real. It's a dream, not a nightmare. Oh! What? What? Wait, really? Ah! No way! Banzai! 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 Paul arrested on murder charges and stripped of electoral win.
He won?
No, please!
He won.
Wait! Don't go! No! Please! Oh, grandfather! I love how they crumble on the stand. That's one of the coolest things about Ace Attorney.
Yeah, I like that too.
Mr. Wimperson, are you alright? Bailiff! Get him out of first aid station on the double!
Be nice if people crumbled like that in real life after being found guilty.
Well, this was yet another unexpected turn of events. In light of everything that's been revealed, it seems the relic is indeed the Founder's Orb. And it seems Mr. Wimperson can be considered a suspect in Dr. Buff's murder. Apollo, I want to thank you for everything. Except for almost getting Maya killed. Thanks to you, I didn't have to keep bending to the truth. I don't know what I would have done without you. Well, don't mention it.
You were amazing today, Apollo. Great job.
Well, I couldn't have done it without Dirk.
And me.
A dragon never yields.
Even when wounded, a dragon bites down hard and never lets go till its dying breath. It glares, it roars, and it latches its jaws firmly onto its prey till the bitter end. That's what lawyers do to get to the truth. A dragon never yields. Every lawyer should take that to heart. As it seems both sides have no further objections, would Dirk please take the stand? This court awards the orb to the defiant dragons per the stated transfer agreement. Oh,
Awesome.
there's no guilty verdict, no anything gets the orb.
Yeah, but the other guy goes to...
Yeah, but what happened to Maya, though? Maya's still unaccounted for. Someone has Maya.
I know.
Should the Kingdom of Crime claim ownership, the matter may have to be deliberated in court all over again. I just hope, or shall I say pray, that I'm not the judge presiding over that one. Indeed, trial like that might spark an international incident. Still, there are bigger and more momentous things astir in the air. A revolution. Dirk's really serious about this. This court is adjourned. Alright, 140 likes. Next goal. Okay.
Somebody had an idea for a series we could do. I screenshotted their comment. Some kind of game coming out.
Okay.
And Sharon told me about it.
Well, that's very nice of Sharon.
She's always looking out for us.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Court, defendant lobby number 3. Nice work, son. We've finally broken through the last obstacle on the road to revolution. Revolution? It just doesn't seem real. Yeah, well, to think you actually defeated the Fighting Phoenix. All I can say is that's my boy. Ha 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 ha! Well, Mr. Wright did have his hands tied. Who knew if he'd have won, it had been able to fight me head on. Who knows if I'd have won if he'd been... What? Who knows if I'd have won if he'd have been able to fight me head on.
I have no idea what that means.
I have no idea what that means either.
I see it more like you saved Mr. Wright, Apollo.
Saved him?
Yeah, remember what he said? He didn't have to bend the truth anymore. It was all thanks to you. Now Maya's probably gonna die, though. No, I'm just kidding.
I don't know about that. Still, I guess it is kind of nice to be appreciated.
Mr. Dirk, now that the Holy Mother's face has been revealed, are you gonna have a spirit medium try channeling her? I, for one, would love to see the return of the legendary founder.
Yeah, I was just thinking about being able to speak to someone right out of the history books is kind of cool. Unfortunately, it's not that easy. What? Why? A face isn't enough. You also need the true name of the one you're attempting to channel. Alright, Pearl mentioned something like that. And the founder's true name is only known to the priestess who's been crowned queen. In short, the only living person who knows its current queen... In short, the only living person who knows it is the current queen of Quran. So without her help, we won't be seeing the founder anytime soon.
Aw, that's no fun.
Founder's orb updated in the court record. So, Dirk, what will you do now? First, I'll start by tracing the route by which the orb came into Dr. Buff's hands. Since we know that it was Paul that asked the doctor to study it, isn't he the one who stole it? No, a political nobody like him couldn't get anywhere near the orb, let alone steal it. He must have had inside help. My money's on someone connected to the royal family. All right, you said something to that effect back in the cave. However, maybe we need to expose their dirty scheme to the light of day. Well, I'm sure Mr. Wright has plenty of information courtesy of his dirty client. He might be able to shed some light on this. Oh, that's the girl.
Private Justice!
Oh, never mind.
Oh, yeah.
That was a fine work you did at the trial today. You did your sergeant proud. Back at you, Sarge. It took real courage to leave your room like that. There you go.
It's all thanks to you and Corpswoman Sykes. As my siege defense over, could finally sally forth.
But the battle's only just begun. One for me, and me alone to fight.
To lose your mother and then your father, Sarge. What a terrible thing to endure.
Yeah, and being wheelchair-bound doesn't help.
Private Justice! I've been thinking. It's about time I stood on my own 2 feet. After all, I no longer have Papa to coddle me.
Huh? I'm afraid I don't follow.
Take a good look, soldier. This is one step for man, one giant leap for me. Hold my drone for me. Would you please, Private?
Yes, sir. Ma'am. What is she up to? She's gonna stand, probably.
Wait, she can't stand, though. Whoa. Whoa. What?
She's not paralyzed. It's probably psychological.
She stood up?
She's standing?
What's this, Sarge? You mean your legs? They're,
The doctor told me I was ready to walk again months ago. But if I admitted I could walk, I knew I'd have to leave the house. And so I faked it.
Makes sense, but...
I kept pretending I couldn't walk. But I know Papa is watching over me now. I'd hate to disappoint him. So, from this day forth, I'm gonna march forward on my own 2 feet.
What a brave kid trying to move forward like this. But it must be hard this soon after her dad's death.
Don't you ever stop. You just keep on walking, comrade. Stay brave, because there will be days when you'll want to stop. But I have faith you'll find a way to muster the strength to push through them.
Yeah, you can do it.
Hey, Daddy's back!
Okay. Mr. Wright! What's that look on his face for? Oh, hey, Apollo. Is everything alright with Miss Faye? She's safe, for now.
Well then, we'd better go save her quick. Where is she anyway? How would we know, Athena?
I'm afraid I have some bad news.
Huh?
Maya's not here in the United States. She's still in Khura'in. And she's still being held hostage by the mastermind behind this whole thing.
The mastermind?
That's right. Paul Wimperson was nothing more than a pawn. Maya's true abductor is the Kingdom of Khura'in.
What? I don't understand, Mr. Wright. What in the world is going on here?
The Queen and King, the King and Queen of Khura'in captured her?
But as shocking as that news was, it was only the beginning. The beginning of something big. Big enough to shake Khura'in to its very core. Revolution. I was being swept up in the mighty wave that nothing could stop. Of course, at the time, I had no idea what the days ahead had in store for us.
I love how they always do that brief little tease about, like, what's to come.
Yeah, this game is like...
It's so well
honestly, Capcom, I don't know, whoever the team is that makes these, it's like riveting. I literally almost cried when that girl stood up. I felt like crying.
So, she wasn't paralyzed, she was injured from the fire.
At some point she got hurt, and then at some point she healed, but she was afraid she'd have to go outside. Because it's scary outside, because if she was outside, she could see fire again, and it could hurt her.
Mm-hmm.
She was terrified. I actually used to be afraid of fire when I was little as well. Because my grandma told me this story. I didn't have anything horrific happen to me. But my grandma told me this story. My grandma's hair caught on fire at her birthday party when she was a little girl. And she told me the story of that. And ever since then, I was terrified. In fact, when I was at my Girl Scout camp, I wouldn't light the fire because I was afraid I was going to get burnt. But I got over it eventually, but it wasn't anything like that. But I can understand being afraid of fire.
Ready? Here we go.
Yep.
Next.
Oh, we're doing the next one? Oh, wow.
Next chapter. May 17th, District Court. Defendant Lobby number 3.
What do you mean Miss Faye is still being held hostage? And who's this mastermind?
Paul Wimperson was nothing more than a puppet. His benefactor was the one pulling the strings. But I have no idea who they are.
So all we know is it's the person who was trying to give the orb to.
Right. He was just following orders.
Whoever it is seems they really want to get their hands on the orb. So then Miss Faye's abduction is the work of this so-called benefactor too. Right again. Whoever they are, they're in Khura'in, along with Maya. I wonder who they could be. Right. This Maya, the spirit medium you've been talking about. She wouldn't happen to be a bun-haired young lady you defended back in Khura'in. Yeah, that's her. Why do you ask? Well, I see. I think I know what's going on here. I've got good news for you, Wright. Maya's somewhere safe. That much I'm sure of. I'm afraid you lost me. So that's who the little snot's patron is. It's all starting to make sense. That fool has no idea I'm here in the States with you all. Dirk, you mind filling us in? No caller ID. I wonder who's calling. Hello? Mr. Phoenix, yes. Let me start by thanking you for taking such good care of my subordinate. Who is this? I believe you know me as Mr. Addison's benefactor. Ah! Sounds like they're using a voice changer or something to disguise themselves. Feel...
I don't know.
too Bale voice? Alright.
Where are they?
Okay.
I don't know.
Where's Maya? Is she safe?
I had my ears on today's proceedings. What a shock it was to hear that the key to solving the orb's riddle is spirit medium. I admit, I did not see that coming.
Wait, did they plant a listening device in here somehow?
Nevertheless, don't think for a moment that it will guarantee Maya Faye's safety. She is not the only medium within my reach, you see.
You harm a hair on Maya's head and you'll answer to me! Oh yeah, that's really good to threaten the imp. Right, give it here a sec. Wait, that's my phone! Hey there, how's it going, stranger?
Who is this?
Why, it's your friendly neighborhood dragon. I happen to be in the US on a little trip. Minister of Justice. How's it going?
Inga?
Inga?
Yeah.
What? Maya's kidnapper? Is Khura'in's Minister of Justice?
Oh my gosh.
Oh, Dirk, is that you, you dirty turncoat? How in the... what in blazes is going on here? Oh, you know, I just popped over here to the States for a little R&R, you know, with my revolution and all that. But enough about me. That was a poor excuse for a bluff you pulled just now. We both know your threats are simply as empty as your head. You can't lay a hand on Maya, and I do mean that literally. What is he talking about? You can kiss your chances of getting the orb goodbye. Maya Faye ain't my only aim. How shall I say insurance, you know, Dirk? What? I've got someone dear to you right in the palm of my hand, see? Now, that one, well, you can imagine what kind of things I could do, right? Glad you're seeing things my way, sport. Meet me at the tomb tomorrow at 3 p.m. sharp. And you better come alone, got it? If all goes well, the orb is all you'll need to get Maya Faye back.
Wow.
Dirk, what's going on? You heard him. I have to get back to Khura'in at once. What? Why? No time to explain. But are you even gonna make it? What if there's no seats left on the next flight? Plus, you're a wanted man. They're not gonna just let you get on a plane. Who's that?
Let me worry about that, Mr. Justice. Oh.
Oh, what?
Edgeworth?
Chief Prosecutor Edgeworth? What are you doing here? I thought I'd make a cameo, taking care of a hostage situation. Oh, now that you mention it. Pearl did say that she saw you around in Khura'in Village. Hey, I had him look into a few things while I was on my way back from Khura'in. Including Maya's situation, of course. I was astonished to hear that she was still in Khura'in earlier. but it explained why I found no connection between her and Mr. Atterson. Sorry to interrupt you, but going back to the plane situation... benefactor revealed. Hostage situation 1.
Wait, are they doing a variation of the Steel Samurai for edgy?
Alright. Okay, here we go. Sorry to interrupt, but going back to the plane situation... I've taken the liberty of chartering one for us. It's ready to take off at any time. And I will do whatever necessary to hide the fact that Dirk is on board. Wow! Must be nice to be chief prosecutor. Right, we have no time to lose. We must head for Khura'in at once. Yeah, right. No problemo.
I'm going too. After all, you're bound to need my help. Oh, fair. I want to go too.
This isn't a vacation, Trucy. Besides, I'll need you to hold down the fort.
But Daddy!
Guess I should also only bring what's necessary. Sorry, Trucy, but would you mind holding onto this stuff for me? Unnecessary evidence fostered onto Trucy.
Fine, but you'd better bring me back something besides just more evidence.
Excellent. Now, let us make haste to Khura'in. No Trucy this time.
And that's how our sudden trip to the Kingdom of Khura'in began. I've never imagined I returned to the country of my youth under such interesting circumstances, though.
Yeah.
Hey, buddy. Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? Come on up. Good boy. Look at you. You're a good boy. Huh? Sorry, guys. We're having fun with the cat. Linky just jumped up to take a lot of our stress away. He's a good boy. Kawaii. Alright, Temple. That was a long flight. It's already 2:30 in the afternoon. Talk about cutting it close. Wow, the Kingdom of Khura'in, huh? This is no time to reminisce, but I gotta say, this place sure brings back memories. Hurry up, Apollo. Right behind you, sir. Alright, the tomb is located in the courtyard of the Khura'in Palace. We should have just enough time to get there.
Then let's sprint there! Think you can keep up, Apollo? Haha!
Sure, no sweat. I'll contact the royal family and the local police and inform them of our arrival. Thanks, Edgeworth.
Oh.
Any ideas?
Any ideas?
Yep. There you go, honey.
I know you probably want to reminisce and all, but there's no time for that.
You're right. We've got to get to the tomb where Miss Faye is being held.
Okay, so I guess we're going to the tomb?
I think so.
Royal residence. So what are you guys thinking of this case? You like it? A lot of twists and turns and stuff like that. Royal residence. Oh, thank you, sweetheart.
Crossfighter. Thanks, Crossfighter. He reminded us our battery's low.
May 18th, 2:45 p.m. Khura'in Palace. Royal residence. Oh gosh. I wasn't made for all this running around and climbing and here drowning I've done this week. It's 2:45, only 15 minutes left. Yeah, see that building rising in the distance. That's the tomb.
Amara?
Amara? Wasn't that the previous queen? The one who was assassinated? Yeah, that's the one they pinned it on me. It'll take a few minutes to get to the tomb. It'll take a few minutes to get to the tomb from here. So you returned, Barbed Head. Oh, wait.
So you have returned, Barbed Head!
Oh, no. I've seen her before. I've seen her before in the news. If I remember correctly, this is the crown princess, Rayfa Padma Karine.
What are you people doing here? This is the royal residence. Commoners are not allowed entry without permission.
A prosecutor from the States should have already called and requested permission for us to enter. As to why we're here, your benevolence, have you seen Minister Inga?
If you seek my father, I just saw him heading towards Amaras Tomb.
Was he with anyone? You know, like some shady-looking underlings or something?
No, he was alone. Why do you ask?
Looks like she has no idea about Miss Faye's abduction.
Did you hear that? I think we have company.
Bow down before her glory! Her Eminence, Queen Garan, Grand Priestess of Karine, approaches! Huh? Garan? Uh-oh.
What? Oh, the queen.
Nah, it's the... Queen Garan?
Guards! Surround Amaras Tomb at once!
Yes, Your Eminence! Uh-oh. What's she doing? Is she gonna help us? Excuse me, Your Eminence,
So, our barbed-head lawyer returns. May we presume you are here from Maya Fey, the spirit medium who has been abducted?
Yeah, you may. Yeah, totally.
Allow us to apologize for the criminal actions of our husband.
Oh, no need to apologize for him.
Honestly, Inga, abducting a guest in our country, how could you? The father abducted someone?
Your Eminence, what about those soldiers over there?
They are the Garan Royal Guard, soldiers who serve the crown and no other.
Royal Guard? Royal Guard?
They are an elite force selected only from the most loyal and outstanding of subjects.
And why would they be ordered to surround the tomb?
The police will not come if it is my husband who is committing the crime. We shall have to storm the tomb and take Minister Inga into custody ourselves.
What? You mean... Ran, no. There's a hostage in there.
Dirk, how dare you set foot in the palace? Have you come to turn yourself in?
Listen, we need to call truce for now.
Garan, Royal Guard, seize this traitor of the crown.
As you wish, Your Eminence. Resist and you die! Wait a second.
Whoa.
Slow down there, Garan. I'm here to conduct a hostage exchange. But if you take me in now, Maya Fey is as good as dead.
A hostage exchange? And why would he choose to do such a thing with you?
We can talk about that later. Right now, I need to get in there before it's too late. If I can't resolve this in 20 minutes, you can storm the place. Now then, if you'll excuse me.
Dirk! Wait! Guards, allow the insurgent Dirk Sadmadi to pass. Barbed Head! You have some explaining to do!
Right. Well, while we're waiting here, Apollo, why don't you explain the situation? Why me?
Leave nothing out, Hornhead! I will dehorn you where you stand!
Hornhead? She doesn't waste any time coming up with nicknames now, does she? Barbed Head, Hornhead. And what's with the attitude? Her father's the one who abducted Miss Fey. Alright, so we have to fill her in on everything.
I forgot which lawyer we hung out with. Which lawyer hung out with little princess? Was it
Ace.
Oh, it was Ace Attorney. I forgot. Oh,
Rayfa chat.
She's cute but deadly.
Cute but deadly, yeah.
Hostage taken by Inga. Alright.
Do my ears deceive me? Or did I hear talk of my father abducting someone?
Oh, you heard right. He abducted Maya Fey and,
Insolent fool!
Pardon my rudeness.
A gentle soul such as my father could not have possibly committed such a crime!
Link is gone.
Pinky, come back. Oh.
Okay. Link doesn't like shouting. He's gone. Gentle. You think he's gentle, huh?
I am afraid it is true. Darn
it. I'm afraid it's true, your benevolence. He's holed up in the tomb as we speak.
it. Really? I find this difficult to believe. Why would he do such a thing?
Your benevolence, you saw your father heading toward the tomb, right?
I did. I was over at that veranda, deep in thought. When I saw him hurrying towards the tomb, I'd say it was about 10 minutes ago.
Why was he rushing? Maybe he was worried he'd be late? Did you see anyone else heading for the tomb?
I saw no one else after he entered.
So Minister Inga and Miss Fey are the only ones in there besides Dirk. Okay. Who knows, but I wouldn't be surprised if they had a minion or two with them. Dirk, I also hope he's alright. It's only been 5 minutes. It feels like an eternity. Patience, Apollo, patience.
Oh, we forgot. There was a highlighted message a while ago.
Oh, there was?
Princess Luca, highlighted message says, member for 22 months. That's almost 2 years.
Thank you, Princess Luca. Appreciate that.
Says 22-month membership hype. Also, I love your content, and also it is my birthday today.
Happy birthday, Princess Luca.
Happy birthday, Princess Luca. Sorry it took me so long to read your highlighted message. And thank you for being a member for 22 months. Bless your heart. Thank you so much, Princess Luca.
Yeah, when we do these, like, very story-driven Let's Play stuff, sometimes it's different than, like, a regular live stream, especially if there's a lot of, what's the word I'm looking for? We're kind of, like, really into the game and stuff like that, so sometimes it's hard to acknowledge the chat when we get into that, because we basically do the Ace Attorney series the way we would as an uploaded series, pretty much. Alright, so the Queen is not saying anything. Oops.
May 18th, 3:20 p.m. Garan Palace. Royal Residence.
It's been almost 20 minutes. What's taking Dirk so long?
The appointed time has come. Our royal guard shall now storm in.
Can't you wait just a little longer?
No, we cannot. Every second we wait puts the hostage's life in even more danger. Therefore, we will see no alternative but to order our guards to storm in.
But that'll put Miss Fey's life in danger, too.
Guards! Storm the tomb and seize Minister Inga, along with the insurgent Dirk Sadmati.
Yes, Your Eminence! What? Dirk's under arrest, too?
Naturally. That traitorous snake assassinated my predecessor, Queen Amara. Now go, seize them both.
Rah! We're going in! Follow me, men! For Her Eminence!
I hope no one gets hurt.
Ah! Your Eminence!
What the? Why are you running back out? That's the Queen.
What is the meaning of this?
Something terrible's happened! Dirk! The minister! He's dead!
What's this?
What? Apollo, quick! I'm right behind you.
No one enters without a... come, let us see what has transpired.
Yes, Your Eminence! Oh my gosh.
May 18th, Garan Palace, Amaras Tomb. Rayfa, Rayfa, Rayfa.
Yeah, but what about Maya?
Oh, yeah.
Where's Dirk? Apollo, over there!
Oh my gosh.
Dirk! Dirk! What? What have you done? Apollo. Look!
So it is. Minister Inga who has fallen. Ah, guards! Seize this murderous man at once!
Your Eminence, surrender now or perish, rebel scum! Oh, wait! Ah! Where's Maya?
Yeah.
They're taking him away! Ow! Dirk just threw something at me. Wait, this is the... He's telling me to keep it safe?
Nick, is that you?
Maya? Are you alright?
Dirk, he saved me. I feel exhausted. I can't keep my eyes open.
Maya! Minister Ingna, the man behind Miss Faye's abduction, had been killed. And Dirk was arrested for his murder. So it was that the abduction of Maya Faye came to a sudden and unexpected resolution. With this, the curtain fell on the minister, but the things were far from over.
Well, I guess Dirk's gonna need a lawyer.
Yeah, probably the Queen did everything.
What do you mean?
I think the Queen was responsible. Like, I think both the husband and the Queen are bad. We're bad. I mean, the husband's dead, obviously, but... Royal residence.
And who's gonna run the country if the Queen...
Next in line.
Rayfa?
Yeah.
Apollo! What happened?
I can't say for sure, but from what I can tell, it seems Dad killed the minister.
What? You think he did it to save Miss Faye?
Most likely, but who knows? I'm really confused right now.
My father! This cannot be! I must see for myself!
Your benevolence, we cannot allow you to pass!
Fools! Stand aside!
Forgive us, but we have direct orders from Her Eminence, Queen Garan.
Father! Father! Dirk, you will pay for this, Dirk!
Apollo, let's go regroup somewhere. Yeah. Dirk, it wasn't really you who did it, right? I mean, there's only 3 people there.
Only thing I can think of when I opened the door was I was thinking maybe Dirk's a spirit medium and he was channeling the lady with the knife, and then the lady with the knife possessed him, and then she killed the guy.
It's going to be hard to blame a third person on this unless they blame Maya for killing people again.
Yeah. Are you okay, Apollo?
Huh? Yeah, sure. Edgeworth's speaking with the local police, so let's sit tight until he returns. Yeah, okay. I know you must be in a state of shock right now, but I need you to stay with us, okay, Apollo? He's right. I can't go to pieces now. Thanks, Mr. Wright. I'll be fine. May 18th, Temple. Right, Mr. Justice. I'm afraid I have some bad news. It looks like things will only get more complicated from here. Prosecutor Edgeworth, what's happening with Dirk? Well, as I understand it, he has been officially charged with the murder of Minister Inga. He has? However, I did manage to get us permission to investigate the crime scene. And I expect we'll be allowed to visit We'll be expected to visit Mr. Sadme first. Thank you. I'm sure glad Prosecutor Edgeworth is here with us. Also, it just so happens that Detective Skye is here in Khura'in as well. So I've asked her to assist us with our investigation. What? What's she doing here? It seems Prosecutor Sadman has grown quite fond of her. He's been ferrying her around all over the place. A few days here, a few days there. They've almost become a team of sorts. Despite what Neuda says, it seems he thinks highly of Emma's skills.
So what now, Apollo?
Huh? I think I'll go pay Dirk a visit at the detention center. I want to go check on Maya at the hospital. What about you, Athena?
Well, if there's footwork to be done, I'd better stick with Apollo and give him a hand.
Very well. Then I will accompany Wright. Okay, well, we'll go our separate ways for now. Alright, if anything comes up, you have my cell number. Believe it or not, I get reception here!
Wow, there are bars here? Do you know your way around here, Apollo?
It's been over 10 years since I left, but yeah, I'll try not to get hopelessly lost.
Hopelessly lost. Yeah.
Alright, so it's been 10 years and Apollo goes off to the detention center.
Oh, well, this is one stressful case after another. I guess that's what it's like being a lawyer.
I guess so. Okay, 139. Visitor's room. Okay. Hey, Apollo. You're to see your old man, are you?
Dirk, are they really done interrogating you?
No, they just, the fun hasn't even started. I imagine they really rake me over the coils, though.
I don't even want to think about how harsh their interrogation method will be. Ugh.
Yeah, but that's nothing compared to what they'll do if they find him guilty.
Yeah.
They branded me a terrorist who killed the previous queen and now the justice minister. If found guilty of these crimes, I'll be facing a very public execution.
Public execution? This is worse than I thought.
Come on, son. Turn that frown upside down. You'll jinx us. As soon as I get out of here, I'll take you to this tasty hash house I know.
I'd like that. I'd really need to focus on what happened. Time to switch to a work mode. Dirk, you can tell me what happened, right? Oh, and there's also something I want you to take a look at. The incident. Dirk, what happened in there? You didn't really kill the minister, did you?
Well, the thing is, I really don't know.
Huh?
I remember seeing the mural of the founder right as I entered the tomb, but I got all dizzy immediately after that. The next thing I knew, I was standing there with a bloody knife in my hand, and covered in Igna's blood.
Oh, wow. I wonder who really killed him then.
So you don't remember meeting with him?
Nope, the last thing I remember after entering the tomb is feeling all really dizzy.
There's no way he can explain what happened if he can't remember anything.
Yeah.
I suppose there's no getting out of this one, actually.
We can't give up yet.
I was just messing with you, son.
Well, stop, it's not funny.
Sorry.
Sheesh, nothing seems to faze him, not even being arrested for murder.
This is gonna be one tough case, Apollo. Not only have I been charged with Igna's murder, but I've also been charged with Arma's assassination from 20 years ago.
You're on trial for 2 charges?
Khura'in is practically licking her chops just thinking about my public execution.
Wow.
Yes, it means we can't afford to lose our heads, huh? Ha 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 ha. Oh, that's a good one.
I don't know how you can laugh at a time like this.
So, son, I take it you'll be defending me at the trial?
Of course! You can count on me.
That's my boy. Looks like your nerves are as steely as those vocal cords of yours. After all, you've got the Defense Act to contend with, too.
Oh, right. So if you're found guilty, then I'll be charged with the same double homicide, huh?
Don't tell me you forgot about that.
I'll be fine. I just have to make sure we, win this one.
You're sure? Because you don't sound very fine.
Apollo? What was that about the assassination 23 years ago, or 20 years ago?
23 years ago.
About that incident 23 years ago. That was when the previous queen was assassinated, wasn't it?
Yeah, someone set her private residence on fire. She lost her life in the ensuing blaze.
And you were arrested for the crime.
Why would they arrest you, Mr. Sadmati? Weren't you just a lawyer back then? What relation could you even have had with the queen?
About that, she was my wife. I may not look the part, but I was once the husband to a queen. In short, I was royalty. Ha!
What? What? No way! Are you saying you won the heart of the reigning queen?
Ha 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 ha! Oh yeah, that happened. Come on, you're talking to a guy who Honda's prowess against the witness on the stand. Even a queen is no match for this dragon's glare.
Wow, you're really something else then.
So was a verdict ever reached?
I acted as my own attorney and won. Until I was accused of fabricating evidence, that is, and it all went south.
Now, where have I heard a story like that before?
Yeah. What happened after that, Dirk?
Well, I made a run for it.
You ran? But why?
Well, I mean, I didn't kill my wife, and I didn't fabricate any evidence. But if I had stuck around for a retrial, I'd have been found guilty for sure. I couldn't allow that to happen, and Arma's true killer would never face justice if I did. So I left my law practice behind and went underground.
But that was like 23 years ago. Are you telling me that after all these years, you still haven't discovered the truth?
Yeah, the fact that it was an arson means the crime scene was reduced to ashes. There's still a little way of evidence left. It's just a brick wall after brick wall.
I guess that means it's up to me to figure it out, huh? Along with Minister Inga's murder, of course. I think I'm gonna be sick.
Come on, son, don't look so down. With you on the case, it'll work out somehow.
I hope he's right.
Say, son, do you remember my office?
Sure do. I remember that messy, dimly lit room.
The file I've amassed on Arma's assassination is kept there. I think it might help you on this case. Do you remember how to get there?
Let me think. I recall going in through a manhole. How can I not, Dirk? Hated how I always got so dirty around there and in that stench. That old case is important too, but I should probably focus on the minister's murder first.
Yep. Oh, wow. Let's see, what else can we ask him then?
I see you got it safely out of the tomb.
Why did you throw it to me like that?
I want you to listen carefully, son. The orb must not fall into Garan's hands, not ever.
I thought Minister Igna was the one who was after it. He was the one who lent it to Professor Buff to study, after all. So, haven't you exposed this crime now?
I have, but, there's more connected to this relic than meets the eye. Much more. And whatever it is, I can't help feeling that it could turn this entire kingdom upside down.
You said something like that before. Looks like Dirk's intuition is at it again.
Garan will do anything to retrieve this. So guard it well, son. At least until tomorrow's trial.
I'm afraid your time is up. I don't know who that said that. Oh.
Nayuda! It's time for the prisoner's interrogation.
That's his dad.
So begone, you putrid-headed criminal abetting lawyer. Wait, don't tell me you're the prosecuting attorney.
What? But that would mean...
Is there a problem here? You bet there is. He's your father. And your point is? My relation to the accused is irrelevant. The fact remains I am a prosecutor. No, that's not what I don't think I'm getting through to him.
Ah. Hey, Uda. Long time no see, son. How you been? Aw. Look. Hey, you've been, serving Garan rather faithfully, in fact. Whatever happened to your dream of taking her down and changing this country, son?
The past is the past.
What do you mean by that? Why are you doing this?
It's simple. People change. The Nayuda you knew exists no more.
Oh, listen, son. I don't know what made you change like this, but you're still my boy, even if you prosecute my case. The rest of the fine dragons and I eagerly await your return. Whenever you're ready, you're welcome back with open arms, son.
As I said, I've moved on. Now, let us waste no more time, for flowers do not blossom simply from talk of the past. Nayuda, why do I get the feeling there's something he wants to say but can't? Guard, move the accused to the interrogation room.
Yes, sir! This way, you rebel scum! Ah, watch it! Not so rough, will ya?
Nayuda, is he seriously gonna prosecute his own father? Any I don't know. I guess we'll go somewhere else. I don't know where to go. How you doing?
Doing okay.
Alright. So, that's you.
Queen Garan sure has a lot of personal attendants.
Yeah, the Royal Guard, they're like her own private army.
More like an elite fan club made of carefully selected soldiers who adore her. That's how I see it anyway.
That's a pretty blunt way of putting it.
Simp army. Dirk Sudmati, the charismatic leader of the Defiant Dragons, arrested. This is gonna be to deal a major blow to the rebels.
Yeah, I can already see Datz having a heart attack when he finds out.
Speaking of Datz, he was on the plane with us, but I haven't seen him since we landed.
Dirk said he wanted Datz to go home before he caused any more trouble.
Yeah, he strikes me as a troublemaker.
I just hope he doesn't do anything crazy like trying to break Dirk out of jail.
Yeah.
I have no idea where to go.
Well, we talked to Athena. I think we talked to her about everything.
Let's try moving on to the temple. Nope.
We haven't been... Have we been everywhere?
Nope.
We haven't been to that last area, I think.
The tomb?
I don't think we've been here, have we?
Okay, we're at the tomb.
Are we not supposed to be here? I don't know. It's kind of creepy.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, look, yeah, I'm a little...
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm stressed too.
May 18th, Garan Palace, Amaras Tomb. You know what we should do? We should get ice cream.
Huh? We have ice cream cake.
Oh, you know what? Oh, I could have made a summer pie, actually.
After Friday, we can, because once we clean, we're not gonna be using the kitchen like to cook or anything until Saturday.
Yeah, but I have the pie tin and everything sitting there.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna move a lot of stuff, honey. I'm gonna try to organize this as best I could the day before the last inspection. There's a lot of work ahead of me. All right, the Tomb Palace.
So this is the tomb, huh? The previous queen, Amara? So this is the tomb of Queen Amara, the previous queen. It's really lavish. I guess you could say it's fitting for a queen.
Is the faceless woman in that mural over there Amara?
No, that's the Holy Mother. She's the one who brought the spirit channeling to Khura'in.
Oh, right! The woman in the orb! Oh, it's you two, getting right down to business, I see.
There's Emma.
Emma.
Hi, Emma. We heard you'd give us a hand if we needed it.
Yep. Mr. Edgeworth asked me to help where I could. So it's been quite a while since you've been back in Khura'in, I hear.
Yeah, more than 10 years, in fact.
Well, you sure didn't waste any time. I mean, you're already mixed up in a murder. You're as big a trouble magnet as Mr. Wright.
Please don't say that. My luck's already bad enough as it is.
Emma, I want to hear about Prosecutor Sadmati and what he has requested your services again. Darn it. Emma, I hear that Prosecutor Sadmati has requested your services again. He seemed to have really taken a liking to you.
Yeah, I think he does like Emma.
You mean his ephemeral holiness?
Oh no, she doesn't like him.
Munch, 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 munch. I don't mind that he approves of me and my abilities. It's just his people skills need some serious work. But when he manages a smile and compliments my work, it's hard to say no. Plus, working on investigations overseas is difficult, but flying back and forth between here and home every few days is even more frustrating, and that's been tough. And the lack of sleep has been even worse. To make matters worse, the defendant in this case is someone I don't even understand, and then everything is stressful. Munch, 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 munch. Struck a nerve.
Sounds like they've got one complicated prosecutor-detective relationship going on.
It doesn't sound like he's nice at all to her.
No.
He just keeps... You know what it is? It's like one of those bosses that knows you can work hard, so they just use you.
Alright, so I'll just say it then. That ship has not only sailed, it's sunk to the bottom of the ocean.
That's never gonna happen. That's
Nope.
That's not a relationship that's gonna happen. She hates him, basically.
Yeah, she doesn't like him. Alright, let's move on. The incident. Alright, Emma. Have you determined the cause of death? Of course you have.
Blood loss from a stab wound, Apollo.
Yeah, I figured.
A single stab in the back was enough to cause the victim to bleed to death. The estimated time of death is 3 p.m., which is when Dirk came onto the scene.
Yep, autopsy report added to the court record. Any suspects besides Dirk?
No, he and Maya and the minister were the only ones here. And Maya had been tied up until she was freed by the Queen's Royal Guard.
Could someone have been hiding somewhere in here?
Not likely. I was told this tomb was searched from top to bottom right after the murder. And during that time, the Royal Guard set up a perimeter to prevent anyone from escaping. In other words, the crime scene was completely sealed off? It would appear so, Athena.
No way for a third party to escape without being spotted, so... Great. It's another one of those convoluted locked room mysteries. Ah, yes, like the Maya incident. Yeah.
Actually, that was interesting because I was listening to a Mystery on the Orient Murder on the Orient Express. Murder on the Orient Express, a mystery novel, and that is a locked room mystery because the funny thing about that book is that the train never really stopped. Everyone who was involved or could have been involved, the train had been going for so long. So when the murder happened, it had to have been someone that was on the train. And the person had to have been still there. So that was kind of interesting. Like, it's a locked room scenario. So it's like, like in the movie Clue or that Clue game, like it has to have been one of us because everyone in the house was there and those were the only people that were there. Nobody could come or leave. So it had to be either Mr. Colonel Mustard and the, whatever. Yeah, like, everyone that's possibly involved. It's kind of interesting.
Yeah. So, some of you guys were asking, like, what series we're going to do now that Final Fantasy VII is over and we're going to be wrapping up Freedom Planet soon. LEGO DC Supervillains will be getting a live stream series probably starting Friday. And Amber and I are going to play through the entire game together. And it's going to be a lot of fun. The last LEGO game that Amber and I covered as a live stream series was 2 years ago, and I think it was LEGO Batman 3. So we will be doing Lego DC Supervillains. We had a lot of people vote for it. And then later this month, the Ninja Turtles game is going to be a lot of fun. And I think we're going to be doing the Toriyama game too. But that, again, both of those games aren't until the end of the month. So Lego DC Supervillains, along with Ace Attorney and Star Wars and Spider-Man will be like your main, stuff going on for right now. So we hope you guys will enjoy that. And Ace Attorney always comes back as long as it gets 1,000 views, so...
Spiral Link fan says there has to be a way to make Nayuta become his old self again.
Maybe.
Yeah, I hope he becomes friends with his dad again.
About the victim, Minister Inga. He was the kingdom's Minister of Justice, correct?
Yes. Inga Karkul, Karine, was the second most powerful figure in Karine. Plus, he was married to the Queen.
Seems strange that someone of his status would abduct someone.
Apparently, he only told a few of his most loyal subordinates about his plan. That way, there was little chance of the police or even the Queen finding out.
Now, what was Inga hoping to gain by getting his hands on the orb?
I don't know, actually, but I'm working on it.
I wonder if he really was for that Paul Wimperson said.
Yeah, happy birthday, Michael.
I must deliver it to my benefactor at all costs. What do they want with that relic anyway? It's something to do with an old legend. My patron seeks the great power said to be granted for whoever solve its secret. A great power that is said to be bestowed upon whoever solves the orb's secret. In Karine, only those who can channel spirits are said to fit to rule. Was that why Igna wanted such power? Did he want to be king?
Oh, that would be interesting.
I still say the Queen is behind it.
Maybe
Somehow.
the Queen can't channel spirits.
Ah, there you go.
Yeah, why does her daughter always do the rite ceremony?
Mm-hmm.
Why doesn't she do it? Maybe she can't channel spirits. Maybe she's there without... Maybe... I'm starting to think and wonder... This is just me spitballing, but it's like, I'm wondering if the real Queen was killed by, I'm wondering if Dirk's wife, Amara, was actually killed by the Queen, Garon.
That's what I would think. I was actually thinking that the Minister of Justice and Garon were responsible for the previous Queen's death and the framing of the original royal family.
Yeah, that would be the most logical thing, I would think.
Because instead of Ayuda becoming the heir to the throne, then their daughter would become the heir to the throne.
And actually...
That's my guess.
It's interesting, like, if you would have... I don't know how the throne succession goes in this country, if it can go through a guy or a girl, but in reality, yeah, you said, like, Nayuta or whatever, like, Dirk's son, who's the guy prosecuting him right now, Apollo's brother was his son by birth, so in reality, that guy would have been the next king.
Yes, he would.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright, anyway. But probably because they framed the father for murder of the previous queen, then it kicked out that entire royal bloodline. That could have been part of it, too.
Yeah, that's happened before in history.
So this is the tomb of the previous queen, huh?
Yes. Queen Amara was laid to rest here. She lost her life in an arsonist blaze. What a tragic end. I heard this tomb sits on the actual site of her residence before it was burned down. They built it on the same spot so her soul could rest in peace. Wow.
So this is where the fire happened, huh?
Or maybe they built it on the same spot to cover up the murder.
Yeah, I was just thinking that. That's awfully sus.
Why do you think Mr. Inga was holding Miss Faye captive here? It's the perfect spot if you think about it. It's close to his private quarters, which made it easy to keep an eye on his prisoner, and the courtyard is open only to royal families, so he had very little fear of prying eyes. Plus, the tomb is normally locked, and only the royal family is ever allowed access. So that's why he picked this place. But isn't it sacrilegious to hold someone prisoner in a tomb?
Maybe not. So how long had Miss Faye been captive?
About 6 days.
Oh my gosh. Really? That long?
It appears she was severely weakened by her prolonged confinement. She passed out as soon as she was freed and is now on an IV drip at the hospital. She's been asleep ever since. Wow. Poor Miss Faye. I hope she feel better soon.
Emma, do you mind if I start looking around?
Sure. I've already had the okay. Knock yourselves out. Oh, and here. It's a diagram the police drew of the tomb. I thought I'd give you a copy to help your investigation along.
Thank you. Tomb diagram added to the court record.
Oh, and let me know if you need my forensic expertise on anything. Don't you dare keep all the fun to yourselves. You hear me?
You don't need to worry about that. Besides, I'd hardly classify this as quote-unquote fun.
Huh.
Alright.
Emma thinks it's fun.
Emma loves to investigate. Alright. Tomb investigation.
Oh, yeah, of course. We'll definitely pray for you, Tim Muller. Of course.
2 hours, 9 minutes. Investigation. Okay. So we'll look around, we shall. There's blood on the coffin. There you go.
Wow! It's covered in blood!
With blood splatter this large, it must have gotten all over the killer, too. Come to think of it, there was blood on Dirk's clothes, too.
The circumstantial evidence points to Dirk being the killer, Apollo.
That's what I'd conclude if I were a cop, too. Why are things always so bleak for me?
Yeah.
The sarcophagus is surrounded by a curtain. I bet someone could have hidden behind it.
It's true, but that's one of the many places the Royal Guard checked after storming in. Wow, they were really thorough. Well, yes, apparently one of the members loves mystery novels. He peered into every nook and cranny with an almost frightening amount of gusto. And when he was done, he said, "Very interesting. It's like one of those locked room mysteries."
Sounds like he's in the wrong line of work.
Yeah. Or is there a secret entrance?
I don't know.
If I was going to put the secret entrance, I'd have it right there at the... I'd have that thing move aside, and you could have a tunnel come into here.
I guess this is where Igna's collapsed when he was... Oh. I guess this is where the minister collapsed when he died. Better take a closer look. He had a gun, apparently.
Yeah.
So the minister was armed, huh?
Mm-hmm. That's a 4-shot pistol. He had it for self-defense, apparently. But it won't be firing anything anytime soon, that's for sure.
Huh?
He was carrying a broken gun around for show? No. We recovered a bullet here. Which means the gun probably broke as the minister fired its last round. Thing is, the gun's chambers are all empty. Yet that one bullet is the only bullet we could find.
That is strange. Where did the other 3 go?
Maybe Dirk ate them?
We can ask the next time we see him. Just be ready for his, Wow. Just be ready for his predictability shocking answer. Okay. Yes?
Nothing.
Okay. There's a cell phone here. I wonder if this is Igna's cell phone, or the minister's cell phone.
It should be. His fingerprints were all over it.
Do you know if he talked with anyone recently?
There were a few calls logged between him and his underlings. They're all members of the secret police, who were directly under the minister's control. You mean like spies? You mean like spies?
I don't think that's quite it.
It's hard for me to do all these girl voices.
Think about me on the last case.
I can't.
So this is the murder weapon. Emma, did you find any prints on it?
Yep, and they were super clear. They bless you. They belong to one of Dirk Sadmatty. That's interesting, Brandon. What if Amara is still alive? That would be interesting. What if the queen never died but faked her death and then became like a legendary vigilante?
Wow.
Or something. That would be kind of interesting. I wonder, yeah. I mean, do we have evidence the queen is actually dead? That's interesting, Brandon. Oh, sorry. Yeah, so it belonged to Dirk Sadmatty.
That's not good. Were there any others?
There was one more print from another individual. But it was too smudged to identify. It's probably an old print from someone else who handled the knife a long time ago.
Oh? Yet another piece of unhelpful info to add to the overgrowing pile, huh?
Okay. One sec, guys. Alright, I'm back. Sorry.
They were already taking the body away. It's kind of sad how familiar I've become with their body outlines.
Yeah, exactly. I have a photo of the body if you're interested, Apollo.
Ugh.
Ugh. He was stabbed right in the back. The poor guy was practically skewered.
I mean, he abducted somebody and he had a gun, so he was planning on kill Maya. He's not a poor guy, he's a criminal.
What's he wearing on his arms? Those are the cuffs of justice. Seems to be a tradition here for the Minister of Justice to wear those forearm cuffs.
They look like they're made of a thick fabric, so I guess they weren't for protection.
Maybe they're there for keeping his sleeves out of the way when handling documents.
Yeah, that's probably their original purpose. But over the years, the reason for wearing them was probably forgotten. So, now, they're just one of many traditional things that people do without knowing why.
Oh, I get it. Kind of like the way you roll up your sleeves, huh, Apollo?
Or your psychology if you were going there.
I happen to know why I started. Thank you very much.
Tomb crime photo added to the court record. Okay.
Oh, can we look around other places in the tomb?
Yeah, you can look for a sec. I gotta... One sec, guys. There you go.
Well, there's these portraits on the wall and these people over here.
You mean the stone people?
Oh, I guess I'll click on her.
Okay.
Oh, creepy.
It looks like the Holy Mother was painted here to watch over, Arma's,
Amara, Apollo?
Yeah, Amara's, sarcophagus.
So it's like the tomb is protected by the founder? That must be reassuring. To those she left behind.
Only one problem, they didn't paint eyes. She needs to do the watching.
Yeah, how is she gonna watch over the tomb when she doesn't have eyes? Yeah, that is weird. Come to think of it, she doesn't have a mouth to smile down on the tomb either. It's actually kind of creepy, you know, Apollo? I wonder if being watched over by someone like that gives the queen nightmares.
Hey, keep that up and the founder just might come and watch over you too.
Creepy! Ah! Yeah, that's creepy.
Okay, go over there.
There's a painting up there, but I can't see it very well from here.
Okay.
Oh, maybe we have to... I guess we'll just look at
It's like a small army of monks and all neatly lined up. It looks like they're facing the sarcophagus in prayer.
If you look carefully, each one has a slightly different expression.
I wonder if they used real people as models.
Some are frowning, some are smiling. Huh. There's one that looks like he's trying his hardest not to burst out laughing.
Really? I wonder why.
Maybe it's like those times when things are so intense, you can't help but laugh, huh? You know, like funerals and stuff.
You laugh at funerals? They went through all the trouble of depicting that? Talk about going overboard.
Why are you laughing at funerals, Athena?
I don't know. Nothing here of interest. Alright.
Interesting.
What is this? It's full of ash! They must burn incense in here.
So I was wondering, Apollo, did the ash come from the incense sticks that were burned in this? Or do people put their incense in after there was already ash in there to hold them up and stuff?
Don't be silly, Athena. The answer's simple. The ash is a product of prayers from the countless visitors who come here. It's not a chicken or an egg kind of thing.
Oh, that's interesting take on it. So it's more poetic. Yours is more poetic than mine. So they stick incense in the ash.
Nothing particularly interesting here. Nothing here.
Well, I think we... Let's see. Let's see here.
I mean, why did they zoom in? It's full of ash. My guess would be this isn't an incense burner.
Hey, look, Apollo. There's something in the ashes.
Let's see what it is.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow.
There's a diamond. Is that a gemstone? I wonder what it's doing here.
Heh. I've got this one covered, Apollo. Would you like to hear my brilliant theory?
Well, I guess it wouldn't do any harm.
You know how people make wishes by throwing coins into a fountain, right?
You know, on second thought, I'm good.
What? You sure don't need to hear it? You don't need to hear my theory? Are you sure?
Yep.
I was just about to get to the good part!
Well, just ask Emma. They'll be much quicker that way. Excuse me, Emma. What's this gemstone doing here?
Oh, that, of course. It's not a gem. It's actually a button. Albeit a very expensive button from the victim's jacket. Must have fallen off and gotten in there somehow.
See? Every puzzle has an answer, Athena.
Well, I thought my idea was pretty good, though. Darn it! Wait, what's with this soot? See here on the gemstone.
Hey, you're right. Gemstone soot added to the court record. Okay, anything
Pretty
else in
weird.
here? No.
Pretty weird.
Nothing of interest here. Okay.
I don't think we touched on this. Did we already click on that? Yeah, the sarcophagus.
There's a mural over there. Murals.
Yeah, some...
A baby on a lotus blossom. That's one strange painting.
Yeah. Apparently, that's some sort of mural depicting the life and times of Queen Amara. You know, like a storyboard or something.
Oh, so that baby's supposed to be her, huh?
Yeah. This one depicts Amara preaching to the faithful. It's hard...
It's hard to put into words, but I've never seen anything like it. Let's see. The next one is... Is that Dirk? Why does he have horns?
My best guess is... It depicts the first time Amara and Dirk met.
So he's supposed to be some kind of demon who's seducing her?
Well, I mean, he was successful since they got married after that.
That's Athena.
Oh, well, he was successful since they got married after that. But Dirk isn't a demon.
The mural continues on the opposite wall.
Why would they depict him like that?
Make the previous king look bad.
Is this supposed to be Amara channeling a spirit?
It looks like the spirit of some country's sultan or something. And she seems to be conveying something to his retainers.
She's on fire!
This must be the assassination as allegedly carried out by Dirk.
Oh my god.
They really made him look evil in this picture.
They even gave him an eye patch. This is the weirdest one of all!
Is that supposed to be Dirk facing his punishment in the afterlife?
Oh.
Anyway, I guess that's the last one.
Why would this be on the mural of her tomb? I guess we're supposed to see this as a happy ending.
Yeah, except nobody came out of this story happy.
That's messed up. That's kind of disrespectful to Amara's husband, who was actually like the former royalty. I mean, I don't understand why he wouldn't be called king.
This is grape juice was drinking. He was probably nervous before his meeting with Dirk.
So he drank grape juice to calm his nerves? I'm not seeing the logic here.
Mr. Wright told me it's all about when he was hospitalized a few years ago. He said grape juice has something in it that helps you relax. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I bet it
Are
does.
you sure he was talking about regular, plain old grape juice? Because it sounds like he was talking about something about the fermented variety.
No, he couldn't have meant that. I mean, we're talking about medical facility, right? They wouldn't have allowed something like that in.
Oh, right. He would have never snuck that in either. Let's just leave it at that.
All right.
I see what they did there.
Wait, he was... There was a... Oh, there's a table in the background. How in the world do you get back over there? You can't.
Well,
That's where Maya was.
there's their little chair.
Miss Faye was apparently tied to this chair. Let's take a closer look.
Oh.
We should try to cover every single possible thing here. Let's use to change the perspective and take a closer look.
To take a closer look. I bet you didn't know this, but I happen to be a bit of an escape artist myself. Trucy showed me how to do her rope escape trick, Apollo.
Uh-huh. And why would you bother learning something like that?
Because we're always getting into trouble when working cases with Mr. Wright. So I thought it might come in handy someday, you know what I mean?
Well, I guess you're right about that. Miss Faye could have definitely used that knowledge. Actually, hasn't Maya been kidnapped before? I think she has.
I think so.
Yeah.
That's right! So now you just sit here and we'll get started.
What in the world gave you the idea I wanted to learn?
Oh, she was gonna tie Apollo up? Oh my gosh.
Yep. Poor Miss Faye. She must have been tied up to this chair for a long time.
I can't imagine how her backside must have felt sitting here for so long.
Would have been torture for you, I bet. I mean, you don't know how to sit still.
What? If by that you mean I like to stay active, then I have to agree with you there, Apollo. I think she could sit still if she wants.
There's blood.
Oh. Yep, there is.
Barely.
There we go.
Hey, look, there's blood stain on one of the chair legs.
Really? Hey, you're right. I completely missed that.
Let's move the chair so we can check under it.
Why would there be blood under where Maya was?
Weird. There's more blood under the chair leg.
I wonder what it's doing there. I have some luminol here. Why don't you do some testing around it, Apollo?
I guess.
Do 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 do. Luminol testing, la la la. I guess we have to test the whole room or whatever. The whole area.
What do you mean, like
Maybe the chair and the rope and stuff. Like, I don't know. That's what I would test.
Huh. Look!
Whoa! What's happening? Oh! the tomb!
The bloodstain leads all the way to the sarcophagus.
Oh my gosh, she's a zombie! Emma, is this Minister Inga's blood? Hold on a second. Huh? That's strange. I didn't get a match at all.
So then, whose blood is it?
Oh.
Dirk and Miss Faye weren't wounded as far as we know. And the blood's been wiped... Whoops.
And the blood's been wiped up by someone for some reason.
Yeah, that's strange too.
Mysterious blood stain added to the court record.
Creepy.
Creepy, 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 creepy. Creepy, 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 creepy.
Nothing here except some creepy monks. There's bloodstain on the floor.
Oh, I think it's already been mostly wiped up, but the stain leads all the way to the sarcophagus. I wonder whose blood it is. Oh, that's what you said. Luke, maybe there's blood on the sarcophagus.
Alright. Nothing interesting here.
Oh, maybe not, though, but maybe we have more evidence over there.
Okay. Let's...
Like on the side where the stuff was. I don't know.
What, over here?
No, we're the person, the trail of blood from the thing. Try it.
Nothing here.
What about the purple? What about that?
So this is Amara's sarcophagus. Let's take a closer look.
Yeah, like.
Nothing interesting here. Hey, these curtains... Whoops.
Hey, these curtains open, Apollo! Oh, there's something in there.
That's one big sarcophagus.
They say the mummy of Amara, the former queen, rests inside.
A mummy, huh? Rats, it's locked.
Hey, don't touch that!
You mean you can't search inside?
Not a chance. Besides, it's not something anyone would try opening anyway.
What if the real killer's hiding inside?
Hey! Anyone in there? Don't do that! You're gonna get us cursed! Cursed? The queen likely bears a grudge toward the living after such a violent, painful death, Athena, so no one dares touch the sarcophagus for fear of incurring her wrath, of course. But... Oh no, Apollo, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna be cursed!
Don't look at me, I didn't try to barge it open.
Sorry! In any case, the sarcophagus is temperature controlled. It's kept really cold to preserve the mummy. So even if someone did decide to hide inside, they would eventually freeze to death.
I see. Still, if they bundled up, I bet a person could hide in there for a little while.
With the dead body in there as well? You would be like smashed against the dead person.
Nothing particularly
and
here.
Be in complete pitch darkness.
No thanks. Kind of creeping me out now.
Creepy.
There's a butterfly on top. Alright, well, nothing else here. I really wanted to look. There's a desk over in the corner.
Yeah.
But it won't let me click on it.
Yeah, there's just paintings in the room, right? No.
Mm-hmm. The creepy murals.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think we're done here for now.
I don't know. Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I guess we're done.
Wait. Hey, one of the monks is broken.
Oh.
Hey, one of the statues is busted. Let's take a closer look.
Oh, wow. How'd you notice that, Apollo? It's so dark in here.
It looked like it was broken.
Oh, there's a
statue.
Magatama next to it.
Where?
Or there's a couple of them.
Hey, there's something shiny down here.
Well...
Huh? There's something shiny down here.
Oh my gosh! It said exactly what you said.
It's a pendant.
Oh, there's blood on it. I wonder who it belongs to. All we know is it's not the victims. No one in the royal family recognized it.
Emma, did you lift any fingerprints from it?
I did, but I wasn't able to get a clean one.
That's too bad.
But the blood turned out to be the victims. That means it must have fallen here in the course of the... Oh.
It must have fallen here in the course of the murder. It might be Dirk's. I should ask him about it later. Pink butterfly pendant added to the court record.
You said there's something shiny down here, and then the person said that.
Hey, look, there's a bullet here.
It's from the pistol the victim was carrying, Apollo. My guess is he tried to shoot his attacker, but missed, and the bullet ended up here. We've already determined the rifling marks to be matched to his gun. Rifling marks? Aren't those... Oh, shall I explain? The science behind it is absolutely fascinating.
No, we're good. Don't get Emma started.
Come on, lawyers. They think they're so smart. Humph.
You do realize we can hear you, right? It's a magnetama, I think. Did it come from the broken statue?
Look, Apollo, there's another one!
Huh?
But the other statues only each have one.
Hey, you're right. Maybe this statue was special or something?
Yeah, it has two that fell off of it. There's one there, and there's one the other.
Yeah, we can't do anything to those magnetama thingies. It's a magnetama, I think. Did it really come from the broken statue? There's another one.
Let's see, well...
I mean, I don't really see any other... It's a hollow thing. This thing's more splinters than statue now. Emma.
Oh, let's see. The bullet from the victim's gun did a real number on it, you know what I mean?
Investigation. This is... the chair. 13th chair. And this is 227. Mysterious...
We found a weird keyhole. Maybe we have to find a key for that.
Mysterious statue.
Okay, here we go.
Oops. It seems like something you'd get cursed for, you know?
In Minister Ignis' case, I'd say getting your ticket punched is curse enough.
Yeah, but don't curses extend to the afterlife?
Need to stop talking like what Nayuta says so seriously.
I'm perfectly capable of thinking for myself.
I mean, I don't see anything else here.
Yeah, I feel like we did everything, and we already checked everything with the body, too. Like, the crime person, like, everything.
Nothing interesting. Actually, I did see something. Wait, they're not going to let me investigate the broken statue again?
I guess not.
One of the broken statues. Let's take a closer look. There's a piece of broken stuff here. Never mind.
Yeah, they don't care.
No, I don't care. Alright, so we looked at everything.
I feel like we looked at everything, but there's nothing playing that's telling us. Maybe we can talk to Emma. Maybe she'll tell us something. I don't know. Darn it.
You know what? I think this is a good stopping point.
Okay, that sounds good, Luke. We'll figure out what we missed last time.
Because I have to get ready for stuff, as well as get some cereal, and I need to take the trash out. Stuff like that. Save. Already saved? I saved, okay. Turnabout Revolution. Okay. I'm back.
Oh! That really hurt, Zelda! Why did you do that to me?
Sorry guys, the cat jumped on Amber.
Claws.
Yeah, they have claws, honey. They're cats. This is what happens when you don't declaw cats. They hurt you.
Zelda, that really hurt.
Alright, so anyway, guys and gals, that is going to do it for this episode. If you want another exciting episode of Ace Attorney, 1,000 views is required for the continuation of the series. We're stopping the episode at around 700 views. Means you guys got to get 800, 900, 1,000. It's about 300 views by tomorrow morning at 7 in the morning. That way we know what's going on. Yeah, we hope you guys had fun. Happy birthday again to the birthday people. There was a couple of them that today's your birthday. So I hope you guys will stay tuned for the next stream, which is Freedom Planet, and then Spider-Man is after that. But thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you to the Super Chat from Justo Kenobi, and see you guys in a little bit. So again, you guys want more Ace Attorney, you know what to do. Your next stream will start once it hits 40 likes, and currently that stream is... I don't know where Freedom Planet is. Freedom Planet has 25 likes, so it needs 40 in order to start. And the goal is to start like before 7:45 if I can. Alright. Thanks for watching, everybody. See you over on the Freedom Planet 2. God bless. Happy gaming.